Sean Spicer was out and about in the Washington, D.C. area over the weekend, and a woman wanted to make a point to him as clearly as she could possibly make it, and she did. It is a full-blown confrontation. This is what it looked like.
Work for a fascist. How does it feel? You have a great country. How do you have you helped with the Russia stuff? Are you a criminal as well? Have you committed treason too? Just like the president?
Thank you.
Have you committed treason too? What can you tell me about Russia?
Such a great country to live in.
Yeah, what can you tell me about Russia? You work for a fascist.
Oh, yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Beach, right?
How do you feel about destroying our country, Sean? How do you feel about that? Do you feel good about the decisions you're making? About lying to the American people? Do you feel good about lying to the American people?
So we should say that line where Sean Spicer says, such a great country that allows you to be. Now, the woman says that he says allows you to be here. It's not that clear when we listen to it, as you just heard, because she starts speaking over the end of it.
It could have been heard, it could have been here.
He definitely says such
sure.
a great country that allows something. He said allows you to be here.
If he said allows you to be here, it's bad.
Yeah.
If he
Although
said
he could have meant it,
heard,
I will say he could have meant that you are able to be here with a camera in my face and asking these questions, because you can. That's the way the country works.
Clearly, this is the climate right now. By the way, this was in an Apple store.
Yeah, you know when you go to the Apple store and you think you have to wait in line too long and it takes forever? Well, at least that doesn't happen to you, right?
Yeah, it definitely, is an uncomfortable moment to have. I think the woman who wrote a blog post about it and was explaining sort of her point of view was also talking about the fact that, Press Secretary Spicer isn't answering a lot of questions in particular in some of his news briefings. And so a lot of people are looking at this as saying that, she's trying to press for answers finally on some of these subjects.
But the weird thing is, it's one thing to press for answers, but it's like, you've committed treason, you're a criminal, what do you think about that? Those are not necessarily the top of mind questions that would elicit an answer.
No, it's not going to get an answer, but
right,
I would say there are probably a lot of people who would like to ask that question.
I mean, look, you go to him and you say, look, your president, you can make the argument, is an isolationist. Your president wants to build a wall. Your president has been targeting Muslims. At least there, it's part of the dialogue.
Right.
But to get into...
She's not a professional, right? She's probably just someone who was like angry, trying to get out of the Apple store, and all of a sudden Sean Spicer is there.
Right, I think
she,
all right. She was trying to she caught him in an off moment and was using,
she didn't catch him in an off moment, she caught him in a down moment, and he handled it well, actually, by...
You think?
Because you don't engage.
Well, he can't engage.
What can you do? I mean, that's the situation where you cannot engage when something like that happens.
Colin Strother, Buda, Texas. Had Spicer been with his family, even with friends, you could make an argument that he should have been confronted. But, Harvey, not everyone gets an hour in the Oval with the president. Some of us have to go old school and talk to people when we see them on the street. But if he's having problems answering tough questions from a 33-year-old young lady, then he's going to have very tough problems answering questions from a federal prosecutor at some point.
Well, Colin, I got to ask you, what is the tough question? Did you commit treason?
How does it feel working for a fascist is a pretty tough question. And, all objectivity aside, when you look and listen to this president, he sounds like a fascist.
But
Seems like a fair question.
I guess what I'm saying is that if you're really looking to elicit a response, then why not get into the specific thing that you believe makes him that? And then at least you can engage him with an answer that might actually take you somewhere, is what I'm saying. Do you see what I mean?
Absolutely, and I agree 100%. No, this was an exercise in vanity. It wasn't an attempt to elicit any real information. This was an attempt to get likes and retweets on Facebook and Twitter.
And she did.
And she did.
And she did. Mission accomplished.
With that, she succeeded.
Make sure to subscribe to TMZ Live to keep up to date on the latest entertainment news.
And if you want to keep watching, click on one of these videos right now.